My beautiful, you're welcome back to my page. My channel is Baking Tips by GJK Event. Okay, guys, on today's video, I want to shock all my hair cooks. She's always shocking us with plantains, so I decided to dive into this amazing plantain. Okay, today one is plantain egg roll, or what would you call this one? Is it Scotch egg roll? I don't know. So just sit right back and enjoy the video, Jerry. Okay, that's my ripe plantains. So I am going to watch them as you can see there. Just wash them clean in case of any sand or anything attached to the skin. You know, plantain skins are very rich as well. So, but we are not doing with it this time. We're just cooking it together. So I'm going to cut them to some sizes like that. Just cut them. If you don't want to cook with the skin, you can actually cook with the skinless, okay? But I decided to cook it with the skin to give it more taste, okay? Like that. So I'm going to pour that into the pot with some water and we're going to leave that to cook. Okay, that is my minced meat. Okay, you can use chicken, you can use whatever you enjoyed or you love to eat. Okay, they have a blender, so I'm gonna blend that meat like to a paste, a very sweet succulent paste. Though it's already minced, but I don't want to use it like that. I want to make sure it's well blended, so I'm gonna add that into my little mini fine blender there with some little water to enable it hit the blend. So we're gonna blend that to a very fine thick paste, just as you can see what I'm doing right there. So that's it. We blended that meat just like this, and we're gonna pour that into a bowl and we're gonna leave that for a while. Don't worry, we're coming back to that. Then I'm gonna chop some onions and we head straight to the burner. Our plantain is well cooked, so we're gonna transfer that off from that heat and let it cool down. Yeah, so heard me, it has to be cooled. Okay, so while that is cooling down, we head to a saucepan and we're gonna add some vegetable oil, olive oil, whichever you prefer to use, but I use olive oil there, right? So we're gonna heat up that oil, add the chopped onions we chopped earlier on, just like that. Turn the heat down, please. You don't want that to get burnt. So we're gonna stir the onions to like simmer for like some seconds, and then we're gonna head straight into adding our grinded minced meat. Okay, like so, just like that. So we're going to cook this meat till it's tender, not like overcooked or burnt or anything. So it's very tender and your spices are well incorporated, okay? Because when it gets into the hot oil, it's still gonna cook. Then I had some curry powder, some thyme powder, I had some ginger powder, some nutmeg powder. I always go with powders, all right? So there I have some chili pepper, that's the blended pepper, and some salt. Then I had just a cube of stock, all right? Just like so. We're gonna stir this together and make sure it's well tasted. Meanwhile, we added some salt there, right? So now I head back to our plantain while that is simmering on the heat. We're gonna go and peel off the skin from our cold plantains. Okay, I actually left that in the cold water as well. Remember, it's not the hot water, right? So we'll be there. Still, we're gonna head again. We blended this whole plantain. All right. So we're gonna add it to a small mixer. Though, you can use a big one if you want. So I just felt since I've used this, let me just finish up with it. I just wash it and use it again. We blended that. All right, to a fine paste again, like the way we blended the meat. All right, but this time it's really a fine thick paste, just like that. You feel like eating this thing like this, trust me. So I'm going to transfer them to the bowl we're going to work with, and we're going to leave this to cool down. All right, yes, we're going to leave, make sure you scrape everything out. You don't want anything left out, trust me. You feel like even licking that blender bowl there. So we're going to stir it again, the thicker paste and the other one that is lighter. So just leave it to cool down in the fridge. Okay, now it's cooled down here, as you can see, not properly cold, but because of time you can do it more cold. Then I'm going to add in a cup and a half of flour. Yes, that's what I used here. We used 3 medium-sized plantain. So I had a cup and a half, yeah, of flour into that, and we mixed to give you this fine dough. All right, so you're gonna cover this to leave it to rest for some few minutes. Then we'll come back and dig into the main thing. That's a boiled eggs there. I already have those eggs boiled. Just six, I used actually eight actually. Okay, so then I'm gonna add some flour into a bowl that I'm gonna use in rolling the dough of this plantain egg rolls. So I'm gonna grease my hand with flour. You can use oil here. I don't want the oil too much on the plantain. It's already overripe. It's no longer fiber. Iron is fat already. So I decided to just go with flour on my hand to grease my hands instead of oil, because if I use oil, it's gonna get soaked into the dough more. All right, you can use oil, it's fine. So now I'm going to add those, that's mincemeat inside that dough there, press down. Make sure I actually have to grease my hand, so I have to flip it off. You don't need to do what I'm doing there, right? Then I put in the egg, and we are going to pinch all edges to make it close, just like so. As you can see what I'm doing here, this video is so amazing watching. Trust me guys, you need to share this thing to lots of people. They need to see this video. It's so tasty, right? Trust me, it's tasty. I'm sure I left the rest at home. If I get with my kids, trust me, they won't even leave any for me again. It's really tasty, yeah. So I'm gonna do same for the another one, so you can see it's quite easy. Don't worry, once you see that you're having a tear or breaking, just add more flour to your hand, enable you to pitch that part that tear, and you're gonna roll and play with it like a ball in your hand, and it's all gonna come together again. And now we're gonna go straight into frying it. Meanwhile, oil has heated up on a medium heat. You don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, so that it doesn't soak. It's too high, it will get burnt. A medium heat. So you keep stirring this, you flip it up, down to make sure both sides are completely cooked. Remember, it's a plantain and flour, you want it properly cooked, okay? So I really fry this to a very dark brown, and trust me, guys. Even from the screen, tell me you don't feel like eating it. It's really, really tasty. Trust me, it's really tasty. It's really, really yummy. So that's it. Finish frying. We're gonna do the rest for the others. So that is the plantain egg roll. What do you call it? Give it a name for me, please, because there's something inside again. So now let's cut into this surprise plantain egg roll. This is scotch plantain. I don't even know the name to give to it. So let's cut it and see how it actually comes out. Just like that. No, just like that. Don't tell me, oh my Yakus, I did it. Oh.